them a little time to get rolling this morning. I think they had a big Christmas breakfast or something going on in there. Of course, the drivers aren't invited to that. It smells awfully good though, but they got me loaded. I got just under 3 hours here. I can get down the road. I gotta weigh this thing. I'm gonna go to the next exit. I gotta turn right here. I gotta weigh the thing and haul butt. You know, I kind of have an idea of where I'm going to end up, somewhere on I-70 and east of Indianapolis. And I'll shut down and I'll watch the weather, see when and what time I can roll again. Hopefully it's not too bad. I think it's been hyped up a little bit. I think the storm's not quite as serious as they're saying it is. I mean, it's going to be cold, but I don't think there's going to be all that much snow. It might be worse in some places than others, but we're just kind of crossing our fingers here and hoping for the best. Just another example, and I'll try not to sound like a broken record with this stuff, but it's something that all of us drivers have to deal with, and all of us hate it, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? I have plenty of energy right now. I've had a 16-hour day, and that might seem like a lot to some people, but I'm not tired in the least. I am completely alert. I could drive another 4 or 5 hours today, no problem. It wouldn't faze me one bit. But instead, I'm out of time, so I have to park for 10 hours. So I can get my hours back. So this screws me in two ways. One, I don't get as many hours down the road as I could before the storm hits. And two, I have to sit here for a 10-hour break when I'm not ready to go to sleep yet. 4 or 5 hours will go by and I'll finally get tired enough to fall asleep. And then I'll get 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I'll wake up feeling like crap because I only got 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But my break will be up and I got to get down the road so I can get this load delivered so I can get home. That's why most truck drivers I meet are pretty conservative, because we've been jerked around by the government more than just about anybody in any other career. I mean, there's a few that have more restrictions, but not many. The FMCA has completely put their thumb on truck driving and made it just not fun. Again, today, do I look tired to you? I could drive 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, who knows? I should be able to go until I feel tired. But can't do that. Instead, I got to sit here for 10 hours. See what happens. Like I said, I'm gonna try to not be a broken record with this stuff, but it's one of the main challenges on the road is dealing with the hours of service laws and trying to stay legal with that stuff. And I've never had an hours of service violation because I care about my license and I don't want to lose it because I'm breaking the law all the time and doing what I want to do instead of what I have to do. But nothing to do today except for sit around and be annoyed, and that's about it. Watch the storm come in and hopefully not screw me and not get me home. I don't know. I'm not big enough to make a splash yet. Maybe I never will be, but I don't know. It's just aggravating because I'm not tired. I don't feel like stopping. I don't feel like going to sleep. The weather's good. Got a little bit of rain, but it's not freezing rain yet. It's not snow yet. I could probably get another 200 miles in today before the snow hit. Not gonna happen. And it's not like anyway. And it's partly my fault because I didn't optimize my time yesterday. But again, that was caused by the hours of service laws and the way I had to do things. I ended up actually tired when I needed to get miles in. And I fell asleep and couldn't wake up again. And today, when I have the energy to roll, I can't. It wouldn't have been responsible of me to get up and roll yesterday anyway, because I was tired enough to doze off watching TV. I shouldn't have been on the road. Today, all the energy in the world, can't go on down the road. I'm not going to repeat myself again, but I want to complain more, but I just repeat myself 15 times. Lisa's already tired of hearing it, aren't you, buddy? You say hi to YouTube? Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. You say hi, YouTube? Look, there's you. Look, there's you right there. Alright. I'm gonna crawl back there, get something to eat, play some guitar or something, watch a little TV or something. Hit it again in 10 hours. So I woke up at like 6 o'clock. I only slept like 4 hours because I really wasn't tired. I kind of dozed off at one point because I was trying to sleep. I kind of looked like a balding lion. I don't know. Anyway, where was I? It doesn't make any sense for me to roll tonight. The storm's gonna pass by like 3 in the morning, and if I roll out of here at like 9 in the morning, that gives them a lot of time to clean up the roads, and I might actually get down the road. So as much as I hate to sit here another 12 hours and I'd like to get down there earlier, it just doesn't make any sense safety wise. It just doesn't make any sense. I've looked up the weather reports, people slipping and sliding all over the roads. I'm right at that borderline right now as it's coming into Ohio, so it just switched from heavy rain to frigid cold. So I imagine those bridges and roads in places are super slick, and it just doesn't make any sense to get out in it tonight. Like I said, it's gonna pass by like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and if I roll out of here at 9, that gives me 12 hours of drive time between here and there. It's about 600 miles, but that's the best I can do. So it just doesn't make any sense to roll out of here tonight if I can let the road crews do what they do. You know, they put some salt on the roads, clear it as best they can. Maybe I can get some miles in tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah. At this point, I'm trying not to be frustrated by it because it's just weather and can't do anything about weather. You know, you can be like some of those guys and go out there and push it and be one of them idiots in the ditch. And you know, I've spent a lot of years on the road and I've never ended up in the ditch, and I don't plan to start now. So we'll get her done. Either way, I'm going to see my kids. It's like, if I miss Christmas Day, It's like I'll be there the next day and the next, like 2 days after, so we'll get her done. We'll figure it out. This is one of the reasons I didn't go. My GPS system on my truck has traffic updates, like tells you if there's any delays and stuff. And this is just, it only goes about an hour in. And once you get past that, it'll update the next hour or so. But here's the first hour of my trip if I was to leave right now. That's just the first hour. So if you lose 20 minutes every hour, not gonna make it anywhere. As you can see, visibility is pretty much nothing too. Those trucks over there are only about 150 yards away, and you can barely see past them. It's not great visibility for driving, especially in the snow. One last little thing. I'll show you tomorrow in the video. I'll try to catch every one of the vehicles I see in the ditch on the way to Missouri tomorrow. And that'll tell you why I didn't drive tonight. Because I guarantee you, I'll see 24 or more vehicles in the ditch between here and Carthage, Missouri. Almost 100% guarantee. Well, the wind the way it is, it might as well not even stop snowing, so we'll see. I'm going to start crawling up there. I got to go up there and top the fuel off and get something from these windshield because the defroster won't melt the ice off of it. It's so cold. windshield wiper fluid is froze up. I've got to see if I can't get this stuff broken loose so I can actually see something. The road grind kicking up, I can't wash it off because the windshield wiper fluid is just not coming out. So it's not the fluid itself, because it's rated for -30. It's the whatever melted on the tip of the nozzle has refrozen, and now it won't let the fluid out. Chill out, Freezy boy. Are you cold? I've been running the heat on high and it's still barely warm in here. But I'm gonna try to do this without freezing my freaking fingers off, because it's -6 and 30-mile-an-hour wind. So I gotta cover up everything I can cover up, because you get frostbite real quick with those temperatures. So I got some good gloves here. Hopefully I can maneuver my fingers around in them enough to actually get it done. I'm gonna try to point you through the windshield. I won't be able to talk to you, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna pull the end off of it, because that little rubber thing just slides on and off. You have to pull pretty hard, but then I can break the ice out, and I can take that clip off. I can even pull it up here and put it on the heat or something if I have to thaw it out. I'm not gonna worry about the passenger side. Is if I can get the driver's side, at least I'll be able to see out the windshield. See, I got this end off here. Now, turn the key on and see if it'll pump the ice out. Nope. Okay, that didn't work. That usually works. So what I'm gonna do, I have this stuff. I'm gonna stick it on the defrost till it gets nice and warm. And I'll pour it on everything. Maybe that'll break it up a little bit. Try something a little risky. Got a microwave. I don't want it boiling or anything. I just want it warm enough that it's actually going to defrost something. I just thought it was something else. Try that first. Put it into the hose and try to blow out the ice. Let's get it up here where I can reach it. Success! Little redneck ingenuity. There's the trick, by the way. Just put about a half a cup of this in the microwave. Got it, not hot, just warm. Just kind of steamy. Poured it down the end of it and all down the outside of it, and pushed the fluid through, and I've got sprayage. Very nice. All right, now I can try to get some more miles in. Go over here and get some fuel and get back at it. The reason you always keep your DEF tanks full in the winter, I have 3/4, which is good for 1,000 miles or so, but I always try to top it off, and their DEF pump is completely froze over. I got into Illinois, and the wind picked up quite a bit, and I didn't get it on video because the guy was coming up behind me, and he must have been real light, and one of them wind gusts hit him, and I saw his truck tilt, and he almost went over. When he come back, he almost hit me. I had to get over onto the shoulder or almost onto the shoulder to get away from him, and I just pulled off at the next truck stop because it's like, if I roll this evening, there'll be less traffic, and I can get on down to Sapulpa, get this trailer dropped in there, and bobtail home. And then come Monday, I guess we'll figure out when to get a trailer or something. Maybe they have empties there. I haven't asked. Ooh, that guy almost let his truck roll off. Anyhow, I'm going to sit here for a 10, and that way I'm rolling out of here this evening when all the morons are parked somewhere, and I don't have to deal with them. Because I'm heavy enough, I wasn't being pushed around too much by the wind. I mean, I was fighting it quite a bit, but I wasn't having to fight it too hard because I'm pretty heavy. But these lighter trucks are just all over the road, and it's just not worth the risk. I'm not going to get this thing delivered now anyway, and I'm already not going to get home until tomorrow morning. And we've already switched our plans around with my mother and stuff, so just gonna hang out here for 10 hours or so. I probably won't get any sleep, but that's all right. We'll see. Oh yeah, another tip for anybody that might be a young driver that's never been on the road. When you're parked in this kind of weather, do not set your trailer brakes. Just don't, because they will absolutely freeze together, and you won't get out of here in the morning. Figured if you're dealing with Canadian temperatures, you might as well dress like a Canadian. I had this thing for 20 bucks at the Love's. It's a little warmer than just a regular old beanie. It actually stops the wind from going through. It's like a little oven for your head. Whew, that's much better. Because it is cold. And ice is not on the outside. It's on the inside of the windshield. I'm guessing that's just from my breath, and the moisture comes up, me and the dog's breath comes up here and just clings to the windshield because it's, 0 degrees outside. But like I said earlier, I didn't sleep at all. About 8 hours in, I just decided not to even try because I wasn't really tired when I stopped. It was just too dangerous to drive. The truck stops are full now, and a bunch of people are stopped, and the wind's died down quite a bit. And get this thing down to Tulsa so I can get home. As soon as I get home, I gotta get a shower and changed and stuff, and then me, the wife, and kids are going to my mother-in-law's for a Christmas thing. We rescheduled my mom's stuff for Monday. She usually comes over early in the morning on, whichever day we decide, and then we make them breakfast and stuff, and we open presents with our kids at our house. But I'm not going to make it there in time this year. But as soon as this windshield defrosts and I can see out of it, I'm going to hit the road. I hate to stop, but I've been up for like 24 hours. I got to take like a 45-minute nap or something so I can get a little energy back. So I'm starting to nod. 45 minutes or something like that. It should wake me up enough to get the rest of the way. It's going to put me a little further behind today, but I got to close my eyes for a few minutes. 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. It'll boost my energy enough to get on down the road. The energy drinks aren't cutting it. 2 hours from my mother-in-law's house. My wife is already there. And
turn left on Oklahoma 33
we both just thought it'd be funnier if I just showed up at my in-laws' house in my semi-truck and surprised them. So I'm gonna go off duty because this is personal stuff. I don't need to log it. And then go surprise my in-laws. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go surprise my mother-in-law by showing up. Britt knows I'm coming, but I don't think the girls know, my daughters, and I know that Marcy doesn't know. Don't know where I'm gonna park this big fat thing, but I'll figure some way to get it off the highway there for just long enough to visit for an hour or two before we leave. Because we got other plans. We gotta get back to the house, all kinds of silly stuff. So.
0.6 miles ahead.
We didn't stay long at my mother-in-law's, but it was good to see them. They were happy that I showed up, surprised everybody. Lots of smiles, so that was all good. Whew, I am tired. Wife followed me home, grabbed my stuff, grabbed my dog, get in the truck, go home, take a shower. Sometime in the next few hours, go to sleep. That ring will sound good.